Welcome to Insider's Viewpoints, Pair Programming. In this video, software engineers will discuss their experiences with pair programming and share their thoughts about the benefits and potential challenges associated with this way of working. First, we will begin by asking about their experiences with pair programming and about the benefits they associate with it.
At every job I've ever had, there have come times where you pair up with someone else. You get someone else sitting next to you at a computer, or you're sitting next to them at their computer. You're looking at a problem together, you're thinking about it.
Yes, I have actually. Some of the benefits are definitely working with an engineer who might be more of a senior engineer because they have a lot of insight and they obviously have a lot of experience doing what you're probably trying to figure out how to do. And it's really great when it's someone who can both guide you, but also kind of take a step back and not take over at the same time.
I think pair programming can be very beneficial. I think when you're working with someone together, it's an opportunity to learn. I think pair programming can be very great in circumstances where someone is new to a team, new to a programming language, new to a set of tools, or a development environment that is new to them. Sitting next to someone who's an expert, I think, can both help you ramp up more quickly. It can help the team itself sort of understand where you are in terms of your own knowledge and journey, and help put you in a place to both succeed and utilize you and your skills as best as possible. It does help you get real-time feedback. You don't necessarily have to wait for code to be sent out to be reviewed, and you can kind of brainstorm together in real time on the actual implementation of it.
Ultimately, I try to keep in mind that the goal of pair programming is that everyone has inherent blind spots in the way that they think and the way that they approach a problem. And if you are talking to somebody else, they can point out what your blind spots are. And they're going to have different blind spots than you as well, so you can point out their blind spots.
What do you think are the drawbacks and challenges of pair programming?
I think that can be a con sometimes when you're working with another engineer and you're trying to pair program, is someone who kind of like takes over and then doesn't allow you to do your part or to learn, especially if they kind of like already know how to do something. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. On the one hand, you want to get that practical experience of pair programming, and you want to get that experience from someone else. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you're learning.
I personally find pair programming to be a little frustrating because the ways I go about solving problems can be very different than the ways other people go about solving problems. And it's not that I have some special, unique, wonderful technique. It's just that everyone's brain works differently. And watching someone else go through their workflow of how to solve a problem, they're not clicking the exact same buttons that you are. And that can get very frustrating to me. And it's like, why are you using your mouse to click all of those things? There's keystrokes for it. Like, you could be doing this so much faster. And so I find it a challenge to do pair programming sometimes.
You actually need calendar time, so you need to be able to dedicate time to sit together and work together and have an aligned schedule. You can either be physical, you can do it virtually, but you need to make the time to do it. Pair programming can come with some overhead in terms of getting off the ground. So if you have a tight time crunch, competing priorities, maybe just not enough, there might be not enough time in the schedule to allow for it. That can be one of the cons. That it can, while you can get long-term, I think, efficiency benefits from writing the code together, because then support in the future will be easier because you have more people who know how the code was written and what the intent was. So there are definitely long-term benefits, but there could be some short-term costs to it. So there are trade-offs in that sense.